Welcome to the Stars and Cards Lounge.
Welcome in, everyone. My name is Elena from Searchlight Tarot.
And I'm Eric from Biggie Astrology. And we got a show for you today.
Woo! Yeah, bring it on. Well, we are rolling into the retrograde on the 9th. And so a lot of things are going to be feeling like they're coming back at us to take it on. And we have to realize that we all have to learn to be a little more patient, not take things so personally.
Patient with one another, but patient with our technology too. Oh my gosh.
I know the world has gone chaos. Saw on the news today that the airports are now cutting back 10%
Oh,
of
a lot of flights, yeah.
the domino effect. It's
Well,
going
those
to,
poor people aren't getting paid. Could you imagine? And a
you
lot of them
know,
are taking on second
I,
jobs, Elena.
I'm really angry about it. The government gets paid, the Congress, but the people who are doing the hard work and being loyal to the jobs, creating whatever safety we need for our airports and so forth, and the military are not getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just like, I feel like getting a giant hammer and like hitting my head with it. Like, it makes no sense.
It's not cool to me either. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
So, people, you're not alone with the frustration. We're all feeling it, but we have to be seen showing these things for a reason because, you know, change is in the air. And I think we all need to see things for what they truly are now. So, you guys have to understand that. Just do the best that you can and give to your neighbor if you feel they're struggling with food. And there's another scam alert going out now. People are sending people PayPal requests for money, asking if you can help me with food and this and that. So
Wow.
once again, here come the cockroaches, and I know we're all like, who's real, who's not. But you know what? Right now is a time of helping thy neighbor. And when you're driving by and something hits you and you got some extra food, just pull over and give them. It's going to be a time of showing the people with compassion, but there are still a
Compassion.
lot of
Yep.
scam artists out there. Be
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah,
Okay?
I like that. Be compassionate, but also be aware.
Be
Like,
aware. Yeah.
you'd rather do it face to face than do something through this computer.
Yep.
So we're gonna have some fun,
Yeah, we are.
a little bit different, but I like this because we're gonna do three signs, right? What three signs you would have with you to run a daycare? You're dealing with like little 2-year-olds to like kindergarten. Can you handle that? What signs would be, you and three other signs to run a daycare? And let me tell you, you really got to think about this because these kids are no joke. Like this is heavy. Like this, it will run you ragged. And who's got the patience to deal with them and also to handle the parents, right? That's a lot.
I think I know the three signs I would choose.
Okay, and then we're gonna teach today. So I'm gonna do the eighth house in astrology, and Elena is gonna teach us about a card or two. We'll see. Do the tarot, and I'll pick some numbers. So let's start with let's get into the fun. So what are your
Yeah, let's
three?
get fun. Let's get the fun out of the way
What are
first.
your three signs? Tell me.
Okay, so it's a daycare. I don't have a lot of patience. I do have patience with certain things, but I love kids. I love making them smile and laugh. I adore them. But you got 20 kids, 25 kids from 2 to 7, and you're like, okay, all right. So the screaming and the running around, and they don't understand really what the word no. They know what no means, but it's still no in their book means maybe. So for me, I'm an Aquarius. That would be a roughie, but I would have to learn to just make the kids smile and learn about being good. But I would definitely have a Libra. I'm sorry, I got to have a Libra on this boat. I know Libras are very nurturing and they're very good with
They're great
finding
with kids.
balance and harmony. And I would have to have a Cancer. I'm sorry,
Oh
Cancers,
yeah,
I got to do this to you. You guys are the
but
mothers.
they're the best. They're the
You
best.
guys, you guys are definitely nurturing. And then the last sign I think I would choose would be a Pisces.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The
Imagination
fire
and
signs are
creativity.
fire signs might lose. I know, listen, Leos are great parents, Aries are great, but we're talking about,
Other
20,
people's kids.
yeah, we're talking about they're not your kids. You're like, oh man, I've had it. I quit. I'm not taking this job anymore. But
Extended lunch breaks. Oh my God, that's really funny. So, okay, I'm trying to think. So, me as the Virgo, and I've worked with the 3-year-olds before. So, oh my God, I've been tested, but I did really well. Yeah, I can't lie. Right off the bat, I got to go with the Cancer. I'm going with the Cancer.
Cancers, you're very nurturing and you just got that way about you and kids need that.
They
And
do. They do, especially when it gets around nap time and they get all fussy and cranky. Woo! I had a little kid. Oh my God, we were in the Bronx, and he was the cutest little kid. His name was two kids, Edgar and Eric, and they were both Puerto Rican. And you know what they told me? They were like, "Puck you," and I was like, "What?
you
Puck
know what
you?"
you know what cancers are saying right now? Oh, now you choose me. What
Yeah,
happened to the island? What happened to
no,
this
no, no.
hotel?
We picked them a few times before. So okay, I got cancer, and then this is challenging. Um,
Because they're not your kids. So it's kind of like, you have
yeah,
to be very
no,
patient.
I gotta go with. I hate to copy you. I'm not gonna copy you all the way, but definitely Libra because I've worked
Yeah,
with a lot
see,
of
they're
Libra teachers, and the patience and the kind, like just so good, so good.
yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna go with the Gemini because the
Okay. They're
Geminis
very
got
creative. I think
so
Geminis can
much
make this
energy
work.
and creativity.
Yeah.
When I'm getting tired, the Gemini would just be like, I got this. And they'll take the kids outside and water balloons and, put crayons in their face. Geminis are like, they're perfect with the kids because,
Yep.
so that would be my three. So the only thing we have different is Gemini and Pisces. And at the end of the day, I'll go home and crash and go right to sleep. So.
But if you guys really think about it, it's really not an easy task. I mean, it's like we all have some people in our family that have youngins and youngins ourselves and so forth. But
They need to
20,
be paid more, Elena. That's the one
what?
thing about our country, and it really says what we think about the next generation because we don't pay the teachers properly. And I taught for 13 years. Teachers, we love you. You got to be paid more.
I totally agree with you. Everything is so upside down in this whole world,
Yeah,
so
because those kids, there are lots of and when you got 20, 25 of them, do you understand what that is? Like that's crazy town.
yeah, and I think all teachers deserve at least a 50% upgrade pay. I'm sorry, but they do.
Yeah, I always say
'Cause
that teachers, firemen, police, EMS increase their salary.
yep, I agree.
For real. It's just
I
the
agree.
basics. It's the nuts and bolts of our society. So it's very important. Okay, so let's get into some cards. I want you to teach us about two different cards today. So
All right.
I'll pick two numbers between 1 and 9.
Between 1 and 9.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is that cool?
So, yeah, that's great. No, and so I know a lot of you who don't read tarot or are learning tarot, and I've talked about the major arcanas. Remember, when you have a spread, and I would suggest picking 3 cards because even if somebody was to do their own spread, I would say you need 3 cards for the week.
Okay.
So there's going to be one of them that is a major arcana, and that is going to be basically your life altering, not a life altering, but a life major lesson for the week.
Okay. So I want you to pick the third card, the fourth card, and the ninth card.
Okay, so we got 1, 2. Here's this third card. And
Okay.
what was the next card?
Fourth,
Fourth, fourth, and then
ninth.
yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Okay,
What
so
do we
there's the three
got?
cards. The first card he chose is the Four of Pentacles. I'll go over this with you. 3 of Wands, and then you have the Hanging Man. There's his major arcana.
Ah,
So the major arcana is the Hanging Man, and the Hanging Man is about learning that we have to change our perspective. It's about why we always feel like we're in limbo. It's Pisces and a lot of Pisces energy in here,
okay.
but it's about learning that we're not really in a place of limbo, but we need to change our perspective on why. This is Taurus energy. The Four of Pentacles is block, stubborn energy, or holding on too tight to things.
Okay.
And the Three of Wands is fire energy, but it's telling me that as long as you decide to move yourself forward, there's always something at a distance that you can pull yourself in, that you can pull in. Three of Wands, consider it the talesman. Like the talesman is someone waiting for something to come towards them. But this is all energy. But the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands with the Hanging Man. So here's my message.
Okay.
I'm looking at these 3 cards. So I would say, well, there's something at a distance that I truly want. What is blocking me from having it? Maybe I need to change my perspective.
To get
Maybe I
it.
need to dare myself to be a little bit different. And maybe I'll be able to pull this in even faster. Or am I not changing my perspective? Am I constantly feeling like a victim or feeling like I'm in limbo because I'm holding on too tight to the outcome of a situation? Or maybe I'm just stubborn.
So let it flow a little bit more. with a
Hanging
different,
man is a card of
optimistic
learning
perspective. Yeah.
sacrifice, perspective, daring ourselves to be different. We're never stuck. We just have to realize that, this entity is literally tied to the limb with a shoelace. So it's like all this energy has to do is go up and just release it and it'll land on its feet. But we get so consumed with a certain way about something that we refuse to change our perspective. But Source is saying everything is at a distance from all of us that we truly can pull in. But we have to dare ourselves to see something in a new way and dare ourselves to be different. Stop feeling like it's the old comfortable shoe that you keep getting yourself in.
Mm,
There it is.
that's fascinating. And that's interesting because I think that that can be most challenging sometimes for the earth signs, you know?
For everybody, I mean, let's face it, if you get caught in a way of, well, it didn't work out for me last time, like love. Let's just take love for an instance. Well, I've been hurt so many times. I know that, you know what, I'm not changing. There's no way I'm ever going to get hurt again. But we have to realize that everything that we go through in life teaches us about us
Lessons,
and
yeah.
lessons, wisdom. You become a bigger and better person. And really, if there's something that you've been thinking about that you want, you can always pull it in, but we have to change our perspective and dare ourselves to be different. You're not going to go through what you went through before because you're wiser, you're stronger. The people that keep attracting the same things in their life is because there's something that they need to look at about themselves for change.
I love that. And that's important too, especially with these planetary changes and everything. You've got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because there's a lot changing around us every day. And so at this point, I think it can be a hindrance or hurt you to be stuck in your ways and stubborn. You've got to be more flexible and adaptable than ever in this world that
Right.
we're currently living in. So that's a powerful lesson. Okay.
Definitely.
I like those. I like learning those cards. So let me
All
ask
right.
you this though: when you say the numbers, right? Like, does the number have a thing? So so four of
Wands.
Pentacles and three of what was it?
Three of Wands.
Three of Wands.
So fours to me, like you got the Four of Wands, you got the Four of Cups, you got the Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Four of Swords. So they're all a little bit of a difference, but it's all really basically changing a part of ourselves. Because the Four of Wands, you have to release yourself from burdensome situations because gateways are always open for your own happiness, for joy, celebration, good times. Four of Swords is about learning to reground yourself, let go of your heart and mind, and maybe you need more time to take care of you.
Mm,
Rest, rejuvenate. The Four of Pentacles is block stubborn energy. We get resistant. We hold on. We hold on to things too tightly and we just don't want to change. And then what was the next one?
Cups.
Four of what?
Four of Cups.
Oh, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is feeling like, well, if I ain't getting any love, why should I give any?
Ah,
Kind of like it's like blocked energy almost. Like we have to realize that everything is about looking at our own actions. Because then we roll into fives, and fives can be very complex. Fives can be there's a part of yourself that you really need to change.
mm,
And then sixes get even better. Sevens are a place of learning that we have to make a choice. We have to put more work into things. Eights are learning to leave old things behind to walk towards our wish fulfillment. Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles is really focused to learn more, to grow more. The Eight of Swords is about stop overthinking and circumventing. Learn to watch your thoughts and how you're viewing it and stop replaying everything, the worst of the situation.
uh-huh.
And I
I
don't know how I
love
left
it.
out. Eight of Fire. Eight of Wands is telling me that there's good things that are coming your way to show you that things are trying to push you forward.
Wow.
Then we
Okay.
go into nines, then we go into tens.
Yeah. I love it. I'm learning. I'm learning. I hope you guys are learning. See, this is what you get, a master class from Miss Searchlight Tarot over here. I love
Well,
it.
I think that every tarot reader has their own thing, but I've been doing this for so long. And like I said a long time ago, it was like the Queen's Gambit for me when I first started tarot. Like every night in bed, I would be playing it, and I would always hear in my head, "And what do you see?" Like it was like like the master teachers teaching me on how to read cards.
Well, I gotta tell you, and just to give you a compliment from way back in the day, is the first time I think when you had started your channel, and I remember watching I think your first video on Virgo, and my wife had, told me about your channel and everything, and with our friend and all that, and I was like, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my God, all of this resonates. Like it was so on point for the Virgo, and I was like, she's good. You know what I mean? And what I liked is that you felt familiar to me. Like you felt like somebody that I already knew, right? But someone that I could just listen to and trust. And so that's a gift in itself. And it shows your intuition and your wisdom, but also that lineage, right, from your mom. Like it's just automatic. It's just in you, right? And the magic comes out. So I think our audience is very fortunate. Like when we do these episodes, right, when we teach, like just perk up your ears and get this knowledge because Elena is just
I'm
like,
just a channel, and I think that's what people have to realize. I'm not, somebody on here to make money. I'm not here somebody who's just trying to, I'm really just a channel to the evolved souls and the people who are waking up their consciousness. Because there's a lot of people who think, yeah, but they don't bother me because I know that they're not of my vibration.
yeah, yeah,
You felt familiar to me because we're of the same vibration. So it
yeah.
felt familiar.
No,
Mhm.
you're right. That's
Thank
powerful.
you. That was very
All
sweet.
right. So you know what happens now? Everybody go run! Run! Run and get your birth charts! Oh my God, Eric's talking about the houses.
We're going into the eighth house,
Oh
and this is
yeah,
exciting.
it gets a little dark and freaky over there. Eighth
It
house
does.
in astrology. Now remember, right? We've gone through the first seven, and just a quick reminder: the angular houses are 1, 4, 7, and 10.
What do you mean angular?
So they are the houses that are initiating. Think of it as like the seasons. So the first house is the house of self, right? These are the pillars, the foundations of your life. The first house is you. The fourth house is your upbringing, childhood home, your mom. The seventh house is how you relate to others in the world for relationships or business or shopping. And then the 10th house is your father and your career and legacy. So those are the pillars of someone's life, right?
Ooh, this is fascinating now.
Angular houses. So now we're in the eighth house. So we've left the seventh. And so this is the house that's after the marriage. So it deals with a lot of this, but so much other. So the eighth house in the birth chart is power, control, sex, abuse, manipulation. It's the funeral home, the mortuary, right? It's the thin veil between the physical and the spiritual, the 3D and 5D. So it's death and rebirth, transformation, transmutation. It's emergencies and sudden events. It's also the letter boys, FBI, CIA, IRS. It's the occult hidden knowledge. And remember, occult just means hidden. So you're having like the Santeria, the Yoruba, the Buhadria, magic, astrology, tarot, numerology, soul contracts, all that stuff we can see in the eighth house. The eighth house is also what's hidden underground: gems, crystals, the herbs, right? In the eighth house, we also have your spouse's resources. So if you are married, you see your spouse's money there, what they're earning. And you see other people's money that you would get. And we have inheritance in the eighth house too. On a
Oh,
sad note, the eighth house is the loss of your dad's life.
uh,
Sometimes
I
it
lost
can,
my dad very young. Yeah.
yeah, me
So did
too.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it can tell the story, and it's literal for me. And in eighth house, the sign there. This is important, right? So for me, Gemini, right? For you, it's Cancer. The sign in eighth house, that sign will be sexually or physically attracted to you. So that's pretty interesting in the eighth house. And it's also your in-laws. So if you're married, like you'll see the energy of your in-laws in the eighth house as well. So let's kind of go over that, right? So for me, I literally have Gemini in eighth house. When I was younger, oh my God, I had no idea, right? I'm a Virgo. I laugh looking back on it now. Yeah, I married a Pisces, but I was single. I dated a ton of Gemini ladies. Didn't know why, whatever, whatever. Yeah, they're cool and this and that. But now, knowing astrology, the eighth house, Geminis were attracted to me. So then I would reciprocate. So it was quite little for me. Now, did you ever date a Cancer? Sun, moon, or rising? You may not know their moon or rising, but
Oh, son.
a sun?
A few of them.
Okay, so there you go. Cancer is, that's the eighth house for you. So that's how that can literally play out. And what happens there too, you can see like how you engage.
How it frustrated the hell out of me.
That too. Oh, the Geminis drove me crazy, but we had our moments. But the eighth house will tell you like the sign will tell you like how you engage to like the secrets, right? Because there you can see secret societies, the mysteries of the world. So Cancer, you're gonna feel into the tarot, the astrology, numerology, the occult knowledge, the
That's
secrets of the world,
fascinating. Yeah,
right?
it
And
makes a
then
lot of
me,
sense.
Gemini, I want to communicate and learn and talk about, right? the stuff of the mysteries and the secret societies and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. That sign will give you a lot of insight and information. And it can also speak to maybe the energy of your experience with a spouse too, and definitely the in-laws. So the eighth house is very powerful.
So,
And go
what
ahead.
does it tell you about you?
In terms of you, it's really, it can get into how you deal with the dynamics of power over, power under in relationships, even in the marriage, the power struggles that we can go through. It can
So I
talk
have
about,
Cancer. Can I just I'm going to throw this out here because I know a lot of people in the audience are going to kind of want to relate with this.
yeah,
So as a Cancer, I understand what Cancer is all about because I'm a tarot reader.
yeah,
Um, Very, very intuitive energy, a lot of will, a lot of determination, but knowing how to maneuver around obstacles if I trust my intuition. I do have a lot of drive behind me, but at the same time, in relationships, I have always trusted my intuition.
yeah, you have to feel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
very important for you.
so that really explains a lot about how I dealt with relationships and people in my life, you know?
Yeah,
Hmm.
me too, because with the Gemini, I like communication. I don't like I like honesty and I like communication as the Scorpio rising. I don't like the secrets. So with the Gemini, right, I want to know like I want to know if I'm dating a woman, I want to know like what's your favorite snack, what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, your favorite movie. Very Gemini, right?
And I think it would also have to be someone who intrigued your mind because
Oh,
Alana
mental
is very
stimulation, yeah.
smart. Yeah, she's very smart and
Yeah.
she's very intelligent. So she challenged your mind.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
You need that,
that's interesting.
that's why the combination of the seventh and eighth house would tell you a lot about what you would really want to have and experience in a relationship.
What if you had a Sagittarius in your
In your eighth house?
yeah? 'Cause
Um,
that's all about sense of adventure and traveling and
well,
don't
yeah,
fix
but
me in.
also you want someone that is, going to make you laugh, someone that definitely is about adventure and freedom, but that intelligence, right? Sagittarius is, remember, is seeking the truth.
Right.
Scorpio speaks it. Sag seeks the wisdom and knowledge, right? The Jupiter is expanding. Well, what's the meaning of life? What is this? What's that mean? So that's really powerful in the eighth house. That's what Alana has, the Sag.
So
And
she has that sense of adventure about her, and
yeah,
she is a free spirit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
no, so that's the eighth house in astrology. And, you guys comment down below, tell us what your eighth house is, and make sure you let us know what signs are running that daycare so you don't run out and quit in the street screaming.
Listen, I just want everyone to realize that, I know the world feels like it's going crazy, and I know a lot of people are struggling so bad right now.
Yeah,
And I just want you all to focus your energy on the day and do the best that you can every day. And the more we learn to do that, the more we will learn to trust our own intuition. And, I wish there was something I can do to change the world events, but something's playing out. There's a bigger thing at play here. I just know there is. And
there
I
is.
feel in 2026, things are going to start to be revealed about certain situations. And we're all going to have a sense of, now I get it. Now I know what's going on. You know what I mean?
And we got to embrace a new version of our reality and a new version of ourselves, too.
That's right. The higher consciousness. We're headed into a higher dimension, you guys, the evolved souls. We're all going there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you're one of us, we're one of you, and we're all going to meet there together.
And we going to be all right.
We're going to be all right. And you guys, we want to thank you for your support and your
Oh, yeah.
comments.
It means so much.
Yeah, and we're trying to come up with some new things for the show. So if you guys have some ideas, throw them at us. I have heard some things from comments, and I've been thinking, how can I incorporate that into our show?
Exactly. And
And
that's why we wanted to really focus today on more of the teaching because you guys have been saying that you love when we give you the insight and the knowledge. So
right.
I'm glad.
And you know what? For a lot of people out there who are learning tarot, there is, I think like years ago, I got this deck on Amazon, and it's a regular Rider Waite, but it has the regular, what the temperance is about. It's Sagittarius major arcana, but it also has when it's in reverse, and it has when it means both ways. And it's really a great way to learn tarot.
Oh, that's cool.
It's, yeah, so you can find that probably on Amazon, and stuff like that. But there's just so many great facets out there to help us grow and evolve.
I love it.
All
All
right.
right, you guys. We'll see you on Lunes on Monday.
Yeah,
All
good
right,
night.
and we hope that you had some fun and gained some knowledge and wisdom in the Stars and Cards Lounge.
Have a blessed day, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.